Here you go. Remember, once again, Sean just boxes. It's that Philly shell style the whole time. Nice. This is what I'm talking about right here. This is the biggest thing right here. This just changed the dynamic of the fight. Look at this right here, boys. All right. I have DDP winning that. I think DDP did way more than Sean. I think Sean's a great fighter. A very, very great fighter. He's developed a Philly shell style that's gotten him to a world championship level. But when you look at it, it's just a jab, 1-2, chuck cook. That is it. Oh, it's gonna go Strickland. That's how I had it too. DDP winning. He was more dynamic, took the fight different places. All right, boys, let us get into office and break this fight down even to a minuscule level. Cheers, boys. Hey, you know what? Cheers to the first South African champion, DDP. Congratulations. Whew, that's good. Congrats to you. Now, ladies and gentlemen, there's a lot to break down. First and foremost, guys, Sean Strickland is an amazing fighter. Now, I know a lot of you guys think I'm a Sean Strickland hater. I am not. I just call it how I see it. Now, when Sean Strickland usually goes out to the fight, he loves to take that Philly shell style. He's been able to get to a world championship level and use that Philly shell style. Now, when I break down his fights, I said this. I could take him and put him in every single different fight between Israel Adesanya, all the other gentlemen, even the guys he fights at the gym, the internet trolls. It's the same thing. It's a jab, cross, left check, left hook, or 1-2. That's all it is. Now, flip side, the one thing that gives Sean Strickland's game a lot more power is when he's able to get his opponent backing up, aka Izzy Adesanya. Izzy is a counter attacker, so he backs up the whole entire time, which gives Sean Strickland the opportunity to move forward. Now, when we look at DDP in his previous fights, he will come to the edge of the void, sit there with a high guard, decide if he's going to go either southpaw or he's going to enter in orthodox. And the biggest thing I always tell people when I watch people fight is you have to change the dynamic of the fight. What do I mean by that? If you go against somebody like Sean Strickland who likes to stay in that Philly shell style and just sit there and box, it's going to be a long night. That's why DDP's eye got swollen, because Sean Strickland has a beautiful jab it comes fast and crisp, and it's a laser beam. But when DDP took the initiative to change the game by wrestling, just wrestling, it puts in the back of Sean's mind that, okay, he just took me down and I had to get back up. That's a lot of energy expended. And it's also mentally taxing on your mind, where typically you don't have to worry about the shot because someone's going to shoot on me. But DDP didn't just shoot once. He shot multiple times, adding a new piece to the puzzle that Sean Strickland had to respect. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we did do a little prize picks, and I have to say it hurts for me to say is we took an L tonight. I thought someone was going to finish somebody against DDP versus Sean Strickland. We went with less with Sean Strickland at 72.5 strikes. I thought the new year 2024, Toronto, Canada, where I won my belt at UFC 152, 2012 against Joseph Benavidez, I thought somebody was going to finish somebody, but they didn't, so we took an L. But hey, you know what? We love playing, the daily fantasy sports game, and I had a good time watching the fights. Even the football game we watched Green Bay Packers take on the San Francisco 49ers, and also the Baltimore Ravens taking on, I think it was Houston, Texas. So, you know what, guys? If you're going to play daily fantasy sports, download PrizePicks and make sure you use my promo code MIGHTY. They will match up to $100 of your deposit. Now, as the fight kept going longer and longer, I thought Sean Strickland would get more comfortable. But it seemed that DDP got more comfortable because he was starting to find his shot with the overhand right and his jab. And he was able to cut Sean Strickland over the eye and put a lot more pressure on Sean Strickland. Now, here's the kicker. Sean retreats. When he retreats, you're never going to reach his head. One, because he gets into Philly shell style and he goes like this. He pulls away. When he pulls away, his weight is going backwards, which means Sean can't go boom and hit back. He can't go back. It's not designed. You don't see boxers use this thing. They go either here and they step back and they throw a cross, or they slip off an uppercut, or they just move out of the way and get themselves out. But when Sean's hands are like this, he has no choice. You can't fire and be strong from here. You can't. It's not fundamentally correct. When you're trying to counter somebody, you don't go like this. When you drill it, you don't go here and bop. Floyd does it like this, but he's only boxing, right? And Floyd doesn't run as much. Floyd goes here and goes bop, right? So that's why when Sean is backing up and DDP was always pressing forward, you look at all his fights, he never really backs up. He'd back up a little bit, then he goes right back to the edge of the void, stays at the edge of the void, high guard, switches to southpaw or orthodox, throws a kick, and goes forward. So the thing that DDP did so well was, one, mixing up the fight, going for the takedowns. Granted, he took him down, didn't really do anything off when he got Sean Strickland down, but he went for it, and it took the fight to a different realm. Two, doing combinations. There's a time where he go 2-3 kick, 2 kick. He kept throwing that beautiful high kick. A couple times it landed. Not flush, but it landed. He's just throwing more pieces out there, which gives Sean Strickland a more to think about. Where Sean Strickland, he's just going jab, cross, boom, boom. Even when Sean has him here, you don't see Sean go bop, 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 and bop, bop, leg kick, push kick, clinch, elbow, knee. You don't see those things for Sean. It's only one-dimensional in the boxing. Now, earlier, I did a tweet, and my tweet said, I'm going to read it verbatim. That way, you guys don't think, oh, you didn't say that. This is what I said, and I'll tell you guys what I meant by this tweet, okay? And this is my background with working with one of the greatest coaches in the world. If you don't use all the tools in MMA, you are limiting your skill set and will never reach a new levels. Wrestling, jits, boxing, kickboxing, Muay Thai, judo, sambo, and I wanted to add, etc. Stop just being one-dimensional and giving each other CTE. This is why I said that. You can do anything you want in mixed martial arts. You can do spinning back kicks. You can do a soccer kick. You can do a flying knee. You can do a suplex. You can do a high crotch. You can do elbows. You can do any type of martial arts. Now, when I see athletes who just do one skill set, Curtis, he was just boxing all the time. Just boxing. Content with this. Box. Bop, bop. Content. The other guy was just kicking. That's why I love athletes who just go for things. I might not succeed in this takedown, but I'm going to try it just to change the dynamic of the fight. Silva versus Raquel Pennington. That caught my eye. That was probably the most, I want to say, one of the most dynamic fights on the card because Raquel Pennington was beating her up with the shots. They would close the distance. They would throw elbows over the top. You would see them fighting the clinch, throwing the knees. And then you would see Silva try to go for that choke when she didn't get the choke. And when Raquel popped her head up, elbow right over the top, she shot down for a shot. She didn't get it. She turned around the back. She climbed the back, went on 2-on-1, trying to go for the choke. They are immersing themselves in the full toolbox that you can use in mixed martial arts. So when you see other athletes who just say, I'm content with staying here and boom, and just doing this, I feel that you're limiting yourself to that instead of, for me, when I get ready for my fights, Matt will say, okay, your clinch is garbage. Your jiu-jitsu is garbage. Your movement is garbage. We're going to work on that. Yes, you just defended your belt for the 8th, 9th consecutive time, but you're still garbage, and we're still going to work on these things and make you one of the best fighters in the world. We are always striving for perfection, and that is my call it ADHD, call it whatever you want. My perfectionist as myself when I look at these athletes. So when I looked at Sean Strickland, I know he's capable of doing so much more. I know he is. I know he's athletic enough. He's become a world champion, and I know he can do more, but he's so content with keeping with that style, right? And like I said, I'm not the best. I'm not perfect. I'm not the best fighter out there, but I strive to be. Okay, so let's get back. That was my little rant. That's what that tweet was meaning for. If my jiu-jitsu is bad in the gi, I will spend months and months and months in the gi to get better, learning my lapel guard, learning my worm guard, learning my deli hiva, learning my reverse deli hiva, just getting all the curriculum. That way when I go to compete, if somebody does something to me, I can get out of it and I can implement the same thing to them. I'm always striving for knowledge in mixed martial arts. That's why I love the sport so much. Not mixed martial arts, but just fighting in general. So, great fights. I really enjoyed watching a DDP versus Sean Strickland because it always makes me excited when I see somebody do something different and approach the game by adding different pieces to the puzzle. And that was the biggest thing I saw from DDP going against Sean Strickland. Now, what is next for DDP? Does he fight Israel Adesanya? Because there's a little bad blood. There's a little bad blood there. And the difference when DDP fights Israel Adesanya is, one, we know he's going to wrestle. He's displayed he's going to do that. Two, Izzy can't back up. If Izzy backs up, DDP is going to push forward and look for the right time to take him down or try to counter him. Izzy has to meet fire with fire. Izzy says he's going to take some time off. I'm praying and hoping that Izzy's working on his wrestling, he's working on his clinch game, and he's working on, his game going forward and not always relying on the counterattack, because the counterattack is always going to be there. If you add more tools to your toolkit, then all those tools coming backwards will always be there for you. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys so much for coming here, checking out the live reaction, and thank you for subscribing to the channel. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a comment. Let me know what you guys thought and who won the fight and what did DDP do so well to beat Sean Strickland. So, as always, we'll see you soon for the live MightyCast this Monday. So, guys, see you next time. Like, subscribe. Also, hit the bell to know we go live. Yes.